What is up, YouTube world? Here it is. Said I'd have a series of videos to show off some recent acquisitions. And I'm going to start with like some of the football. I won't say random because a lot of these guys I collect, but more of the, it's not even periphery type stuff because there's a couple Kerry Collins items in here. So again, that's one of my main football PCs over the last decade plus, or 2 decades. So make sure to show those later. They'll be the second to last. Okay, there we are with those. And I'll get to the lot at the end. The story. Stories and cards go together hand in hand. Look at that hair growing out way too much. And this, I click that. So that mask. Just gotta get some of this trimmed up a bit, but the baseball variation of these, super tough to find. Basketball, super tough. Hockey, you can find them. I'm starting to cherry pick through some of the cheaper ones just to get them in, because what I've talked about, what Steve's talked about, you don't have to always have a card that's numbered to 10 or to 5 to have it be the best card. These cards are to 400 or 500. It's a Beam Team 2000. And again, the football don't book for much. Baseball does a little bit more. Hockey does quite a bit more. And then I don't even know. I haven't checked basketball, but I love it. I love these. The hockey one's by far my favorite. But to get that, I think it was like $5-6. I'm like, more die cut. Or a Topps 96 laser. No, Stadium Club. This is laser sights. Favre. Again, that's a TNT auction. Die cutting everywhere. See the finger. I mean, it's just. And then the foil. Another one. Can see a little chipping on top. That's fine. Again, knowing fairly tough to come by. The Gold Star Redemption. We talked about that in the podcast a few weeks ago. So it's out in 97 playoff absolute beginnings. The next grouping I think was all from the same seller. Now, I've run into a lot of bad shipping lately, and it's not just like the PWE eBay dude, it's just people that are stupid. Reusing bubble mailers for cards that are like $250 purchases. There's another $250 purchase or so, and that'll be the lot later on, that came in 2 or 3 nine count pages, just like folded up, and then a card from Sweden that came in a team bag, sandwiched with the cardboard, and then it was just basically in a business envelope like you'd send documents. It wasn't a bubble mailer. It wasn't anything great. There's stuff that's been in little like graduation return notes. Like, let's say you had a grad party, you're the graduate, the little cards that you send, like thank you cards. It was in that with just a soft sleeve, and so that was bent up. Thankfully, it wasn't a huge card, but at the same time, it said thank you for shopping my eBay store. So, how, if you have a store on eBay, how do you not know how to ship? I don't know. So these, I think, everything wasn't in top loads, and again, I spent a considerable, to me, amount of money on these inserts. It might not be game used. It might not be Pat Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or Steph Curry or Kobe or Jordan or LeBron, whatever. you look, it shouldn't matter. It should always be you send out a card, or you send something and ship it the way you would want to receive it. I don't know. That's just me. It seems to like once a week for a while, and now it's like every day that I get something, it's something that's questionably shipped. People are dumb, so I just ding them on shipping. Skybox Thunder 97. Rave Reviews Marino. Nothing super tough here, but the pull rate is like 1 in 145 on 98 Pacific Omega. It's face to face. Favre and Aikman. Couple of these are one per case. To get 2 of these, Brad. Start buying more inserts. Not even if it's not in your price range or what you want to pay, you will pay, Brad. You will pay. But Emmitt, and again, these aren't, and this would be what I'd consider something that isn't, you see something that's like a 1 in 48 with shine, shimmer, and amazement, and you have 1 per case, and it's just sort of like the foil board. So again, I got another couple of these, but I'll wait for another time to show those. It's a 4-card lot of these cards. Destination Honolulu. I think it's been like 43 on them. So to get them for about 10 each, 10 and change, 10.50 or 10.75, whatever it would be. Unbelievably cheap. Even if it's Antoine Smith and Corey Dillon. Love Corey Dillon. These cards are 1 per, I think it's 2 cases. Because I don't think EX was a, it might be 3 cases. It was incredibly tough. So again, if you got a player in here, because I think Favre, off Marino, Elway, who's in there, but you got some big names in there. So if you find them on the low end, like $60, $80, jump. Got one more of these to a different player, but I'll show that in a different video because it's a Bledsoe. But the SPX Force. Let's see if we can show the one to. Isaac Bruce on the bottom there. Who else? Herman Moore, Slim Pickens, and then Jerry Rice. And again, another, I think, case hit, 1 in 288. And another case hit, 99 Skybox Metal Universe. You can see in the bottom there all these little linchpin things. Those are die cuts, and it's a linchpin of Randy Moss. Next up, I got the other ones like this. I think I showed them. But Harbaugh on one side, T.O. on the other. Happy to get that for, I think, under 5 shipped. This was $5. 1997 Pacific, Kramer's Choice, for $5. Not even guaranteed, 1 per case. Brunel again. Again, if this was 1997, 98, and I added those couple Brunels, well, it'd be 2000 because it's a 2000 stadium. I would have been Cloud9 because that was one of my main guys I collected then until Jada Rock kept on rocking in the free world and with his overpriced cards and stupid bullshit on Beckett. I had to pick up one of these because I didn't have any, and I've never seen one of anyone. It's the TD edition. You can see there, and TD edition. Chris Redman had a huge collection of him too from Louisville. But on the back, it was all of them are numbered to their touchdown total. It's not focusing. It's numbered 19 to 32. Omega 98, I think. The EO portrait. Again. Hope you can see it there. I don't know. Doing a terrible job. The last two of the... Might just do this in this video. And then do the lot as a separate one, just to get one out of the way. Steve, and I talked about these two exact cards. They came in one of them came in a trade that I mentioned in a previous mail video not that long ago, within the last month or so. And I knew about them, but it wasn't to the degree I do now. I mean, doing a little research and seeing what's what. There was one that had sold, and then he's looking at one. I showed him these two, and I showed him what I got him for, and he was very upset. Not because they're his PC or anything, and I sniped him and whatever, but he's just, the pricing on him was insanely in my favor, I thought. Because again, they were, even at the buy it now price, they were ridiculous. The buy it now price would have probably been like 25 shipped after taxes and shipping, maybe a little more, but I got them for, I think, 16 to 18 shipped. Taxes, all that crap. First up, we got Greg Hill and Gus We Trust. Not sorry about the glare. And on the back, it's Napoleon, Dynamite Kaufman, and then guy I like with the Jets uniform pretty much only. I haven't picked up much because there hasn't been a lot in the price range I'm willing to go. Keyshawn. And on the bottom, under that price tag, which I didn't pay 40 for, there's that Gold Star Redemption. 1 in 28,800 packs, so there's two of those parallels I've got from that set. And go back to Jada Rockin' in the free world. You know, Jada Rocky's a guy on a seller, I should say, on eBay. He used to be on the message boards way back when, and he loves Brunel, but he values his stuff so insanely high where he doesn't like to move any of it unless he's still getting a huge profit on it. His cards, his choice. That's why I always want to come across a Brunel 101, because I want to do the same to him. Being petty, yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, if you want to be in the hobby and you want to try to at least move stuff and acquire stuff for yourself, and then move stuff maybe to make a profit or to some other collector that wants to, or collect some certain player or team or whatever that's set, you have to work. You bought a card for $40. You're not going to move it for $200 if it's a, I don't know, Carl Pickens parallel to 50. You want $200. There has to be a basement on it, though. You can't just be like, I'm only taking $200. I might give you that 5% off deal where it's like $180. But you know what? I really am not going to wiggle room or have any wiggle room with the card. So that was this next card I have. He's got one, and I think he wanted, I don't know, I think the price had dropped to like 42, and even then I'm like, no, that's too much. It's Kerry Collins on there. I like it, but it's Kerry Collins. There's stuff I will pay that much for of Kerry Collins and of Abreu and of Northcutt and other players, but this wasn't a card that I was prepared to even sniff around that price point because, again, it's Kerry Collins. I love Kerry Collins. Stogie coming out of being released from jail, drunken driving, all that stuff, 5 in the morning. I'm a fan, but not at $45 plus whatever. So this was like 10-ish dollars. And I mean, there's 3 of the players had super careers. The other one, not so much. So we got Shillelagh, Horslips, Shannon Sharp, Ricky Running Waters. And then for Fralin, Rashawn Salam, and then Kerry Collins. And again, the Gold Star Parallel, or Redemption Only, 1 in 28,800 packs. It's almost like having my acreage out there on Lake Superior. 20,800,000 acres of water. So to get that for both those for under 20, Steve was none too happy seeing that. It's like, you lucky fuck. And I'm happy because, again, a lot of times every collector goes through it. You can't have a run where it's nothing but the good. And that's what we all need to remember in the hobby. We want it to be all good, but at times it can't. We take the good with the bad, just like every aspect of life. Last card, because I got to think a minute left. Last item. Out of 97, I think it's 97. Pinnacle Mint. Yeah. The gold coin, and I know you won't be able to pick it up because I'm not going to do this again. The facing, because again, you guys know what I look like. I'm not afraid to put myself out there, but if you can look in the middle there, it's numbered to 100. It's the gold-plated coin, so I didn't have it. I think I paid $25 for it, maybe. But again, I've never seen it. I've seen the silver and I've seen the bronze plenty of times, but that's it for now. That's part 1 of the cavalcade of acquisitions I've got. I'll get to the lot. You see 2 mags in there, so I'll get to that in another video, plus all the other stuff, hockey, whatnot. So take her easy, YouTube. She's easy. Take her twice.